Hey everyone, welcome to the latest episode of Souls Unboxing. If you'd like to know what special editions of video games we'll be unboxing next, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and press the bell button. We have recently received a special deluxe edition that series fans have been waiting for 26 years since the first Japanese release, and we would love to unbox with all of you. This is what we are unboxing this week. Fatal Fury, City of the Wolves Deluxe Edition from SNK on PlayStation 5. But first, let's talk briefly about the Fatal Fury series. The first entry of the Fatal Fury series, aptly titled Fatal Fury King of Fighters, was released in November 1991. At that time, Street Fighter had entered the fighting ring for a few years, along with other fighting game titles that hit the arcade. With the announcement of the Fatal Fury King of Fighters, SNK had introduced some of the now familiar faces like Terry Bogard, Andy Bogard, Geese Howard, and Mai Shiranui. The first Fatal Fury was even released 3 years before the first King of Fighters game, which was King of Fighters 94, so we can see how much impact it had brought to make the KOF series ever famous nowadays. Then in November 1999, SNK released the 6th installment in the series called Garou, Mark of the Wolves, or Fatal Fury Mark of the Wolves in the Western markets, which mainly focused on the story of Terry Bogard and Rock Howard, where they maintained the master/student relationship to learn about the Howard legacy after Terry had adopted Geese Howard's son, Rock. And talking about Geese Howard, he's just never dying and keeps coming back here and there, much like Heihachi Mishima in the Tekken series, no matter how many times they are being thrown off from great heights. But that's another story. Let's have a look at the packaging first before we go into the actual unboxing. As a deluxe edition, it surely is much thicker than a standard edition, with all the goodies contained within that we'll see shortly. The whole box is mainly in grey color, with our two protagonists, Terry and Rock, being featured on the cover. And Terry is not in his signature ponytail with the cap on. This is actually quite a different illustration from the standard edition cover art, which makes it a bit more special in its own way. On the back, we have some information of what's included inside and the basic roster, and the basic premise of this new title, including some new battle systems. I can't wait to reveal all the contents inside this package with you, so let's go. Alright, so we have everything unboxed from this deluxe edition. Let's go over each one of them, starting with this one. It comes with the standard translucent blue PS5 game case, and as you can see, the cover illustration is different from the collector's box with more fighters. New and old from the game. And when we open it, we have the game disc with another illustration on the right side, similar to the cover of the collector's box. And we have some DLC cards here. Let's see. So this DLC card allows us to download the costume for Terry in Fatal Fury 2. And this one includes the Season Pass 1 for 5 additional DLC characters. We'll come back to the DLC characters in a while. Oops. Next thing is this one. A very nice steelbook case that looks like a metal drain cover, or should I say metal plate on the ground. Anyways, I really like steelbook cases, as many of you might know, as they are much sturdier and quite scratch resistant, and they are a good collectible item too. And nope, I'm not going to do any scratch test. Even though they use it to contain something else than the game, which is this. An original soundtrack with 2 discs, one for each of the protagonists. How generous they are. But going through this track list will not do it justice, so I'll put the 2 CDs in my PS5 or CD player to play after this video. It's becoming more difficult for game developers to throw in physical OST with their games, especially they usually just put the soundtracks on streaming platforms for people to stream. So, treasure them while we can. So we have some other smaller accessories too. We have 2 sheets of stickers with different styles of game logos across the whole series. We can stick them on our gaming consoles, tablets, laptops, etc. For me, they stay on the backing sheets and inside the box to join the steelbook case. And we have a double-sided poster in here. Let me try to unfold it for a better look. Okay, wow. It's not like extremely gigantic, but honestly big enough. One side features the Southtown map, which the main story happens for this new entry of the series. And the other side shows us the relationship among different characters, which is quite detailed. But since it's been folded for so many times, it's left with all the creases on it, so it may not look too nice if you try to hang it up, but it's still a good poster. Let me just put this away first. And lastly, the true collectible of this whole deluxe edition. The Art of Fatal Fury, City of the Wolves art book with over 100 pages. It contains the characters, stages, and different illustrations from the game. Let me do a quick flip with all of you. Don't ask me why, but sometimes I find it easier to flip from the bottom. But not bad, eh? And by the way, this deluxe edition and all these goodies are only available on PlayStation 5, so if you want to put this with your other collector's edition, you know which version to choose. There's actually one more physical edition called Special Edition, which is basically the same as the standard edition game disc we've just seen, plus the Season Pass 1, but without all the other physical goodies. So why they didn't release a true physical standard edition or just rename the special edition as a standard one is still a mystery, and even the digital version is the special edition with the Season Pass. But as long as we don't have to pay extra to get the 5 additional DLC characters, or actually we've paid with this hefty price, we should be all good. Now here's something extra we would like to share with you. There are some DLC fighters from other games that will join the roster, including Ken and Chun-Li from Street Fighter, Andy Bogart, Joe Higashi and Mr. Big, as well as some unimaginable crossovers and collaborations in this game as well, including the famous soccer player or footballer Cristiano Ronaldo, renowned Bosnian-Swedish DJ Salvatore Ganacci, etc. People are saying that ever since the Saudi Arabian non-profit organization MISC Foundation have literally acquired the majority of SNK, they have the new funds to do all these crazy collabs. Who knows who or what will be on the roster and the season passes in the future. I only hope more from the Street Fighter universe will be available to recreate the good old era of SNK vs Street Fighter. So, SNK or MISC, please do the magic. Fingers crossed. So that's it for this episode of Cells Unboxing. If you enjoyed this unboxing video, please give us a thumbs up, leave your comments below or share with others who love fighting games. I tried the demos on both the PlayStation and Xbox consoles not too long ago, and I have to say, I'm still a newbie with all the new systems being thrown at me. Like I said in our previous unboxing videos, I'm never an expert in fighting games, but I just enjoy all the flashy combos and super moves and all the different characters. There are still some fighting games going to be released later this year, and we may unbox some of them, so stay tuned for more fighting game unboxing. In the meantime, I'll have to pop the disc in and start practicing. Let's go, fighters! See you all next time!